Genesis 2-7. Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Genesis 2:21-22. So the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall on the man, and while he slept, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman and brought her to the man. You know the story, Adam and Eve, the Garden of Eden, and the forbidden fruit. Did Eve really eat the apple from the forbidden tree? Or is there a deeper meaning hidden beneath the surface? The provocative truth about Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve, set in the lush Garden of Eden, is often told that Eve was deceived by a snake into eating the apple from the forbidden tree, but the truth is more provocative than you thought. At first they knew no sin, naked, free from shame, living harmoniously in a paradise without pain or suffering. But temptation arrived in the form of a serpent, a creature of craft and cunning, who coaxed Eve into eating the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge. Corinthians 11:14. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. When Satan saw Eve strolling in the garden, he became lustful at her beauty and transformed into a handsome young man. He approached her and started to seduce her with his words and tempt her about physical pleasure and the feeling of intimacy. Eve eventually gave in to Satan's temptation, and by now I'm sure you pretty much know what happened. After Eve's encounter with Satan, she went back to Adam and told him about her experience. She basically told Adam the same thing that Satan told her of the feeling, and what would happen after the encounter, causing him to become curious. Adam and Eve then engaged in the activity, and as a result, both their eyes were opened, and with that moment came the weight of knowledge of good, evil, and their nakedness.